In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission, to bring freedom to everyone involved.
Dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Doing a thing for the podcast.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends Podcast.
Hey, it's that time again. The Freedom Friends are getting together here, not even fucking close to live from the Warfighter Tobacco Studios. And John, why don't you tell us what it's time to do?
This is when we masturbate, right?
That's it. That's it right there. We're going to have a bit of a discussion, and I have a situation I would like to pose for you guys, a hypothetical, if you will.
Hypotheticals are good.
Yeah. John, you ready? Or are you still looking at porn over there?
No, I'm trying to find Uruguay. I don't know where the fuck it is.
All right, that actually brings me right into my hypothetical. So here's the deal. I would like to know, if you had to expat, like if you had to leave and move to another country, where and why? And to top it off, I'd like to know what happened most likely that made you leave the country.
Or do we get to pick what most likely happened for the other person?
Oh, I kind of like that,
Oh, there you
actually.
go. Yeah,
I
that's a
fucking
good
dig that.
scenario.
Okay, so I think we should start with Grandpa Scott over here. And so I think, John, you know him best. What do you think, what would be the reason that Scott would just have to diss a fucking peer? What did Scott do that would make him come up with an exfil plan?
Long-range lead deposits.
Okay. No, I'll buy that for $1. All right, so Scott,
Yes.
you're in trouble for some long-range lead deposits.
Okay. Yeah, that's a scenario that's played into my head several times.
Right, all right. So,
I think we've had this conversation before.
so
Not to incriminate myself.
where would you go and why?
So I'm going to say this to preference this. I don't know which countries have extradition laws or not. So I'm going to pretend, for the sake of argument, that they all do, because I don't know. You know what I mean? So I don't want to eliminate half of my choices because
Just remember that they can't extradite you if they don't know who you are.
Oh, that's a good point. So for me, it's probably Central America, and I'm going to base that off of my time that I spent in Nicaragua, just doing the cigar stuff.
Okay, I'm just going to point out that Central America is not a country.
Yeah, it could be any one of the countries. So you could pick Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Honduras,
El Salvador.
Yeah, any of those.
Yeah,
I don't think there's that big of a difference between them.
There's not.
probably. But I'll be honest. While in Nicaragua, I felt probably more free than I do in the United States. And I'm gonna say, well, like, the only thing I would not have rights to do is like carry a gun, because I wouldn't be a citizen of that country. And some of them have terrible gun,
Because that
gun
stops
laws.
so many of them from carrying guns down there.
Right. I'd probably have a gun. No, either that or I'd just have a bodyguard that had a gun. Either way. That way I could shoot him and grab his gun and then defend
Oh, so you're going to
myself.
Central America with a little bit of money.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah. Well, it doesn't need to be a lot. A little bit.
It does go a long way
Yeah.
down there.
And so part of the reason I felt more free in Nicaragua is the lack of like OSHA, the lack of the lack of the FDA.
There's not a lot of
the-
safety
the-
and regulation.
The
There-
going
lack
on
there's
down
of
there.
warning stickers.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
lack of warning stickers. It felt like the United States in what I would guess to be like the 1960s.
But you don't remember? You were alive then, right?
Yeah.
No, I
Wasn't
was
that your
not
era?
alive in the 60s. But what I would guess, like, they're not regulated as much. Like, you kind of do whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't take a lot of U.S. dollars to make it go very far over there. I think you could live for about $50,000 a year. You could live pretty good.
Oh, you live like a
Yeah, you
king.
live like
Yeah.
a king down
well,
there.
that's
man.
what I mean. Pretty good.
Right to the ripe old age of 48.
Yeah. But
And that's if I get there at
live
47.
live well, my friend. It's not about
Not gonna
longevity.
live long.
But it's going to
But
be
it's gonna live good.
solid.
A fucking great one.
So it'd probably be Central America if
I like how Scott picked the one country where hookers and blow are pretty much like on the McDonald's menu. Like you could,
Wait,
much
there's a
go-
McDonald's down there?
well, no, I'm just saying
There's
it's the
a menu?
equivalent.
Oh, I was like, I didn't see a McDonald's.
It's like an entire country that exists on hookers and blow with cigars to come down.
which country's this? Because you got to narrow it down for me.
Nicaragua.
no,
Eh.
Yeah.
no. That's not.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more coffee and tobacco.
Yeah.
For their legitimate exports, I 100% agree with you.
I mean, John spent the whole time looking for drugs and couldn't find any. So
That's actually a true story. I couldn't even find weed when I was there. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like,
Wow.
I go to Mexico. It's only a couple hour car ride from here. They're
Yeah.
like, it's more than that. I'm like, no, it's not. And I pull up the map and they're like, have you seen our roads? And I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
I didn't have that problem in the DR or Honduras.
Maybe Nicaragua's just a high class third world country.
DR, no, I think you're right though. I've heard stories about the DR,
The DR's a little
and
rowdy.
they pretty much try to force the drugs directly down your neck.
Yeah.
So
pretty bad.
Yeah, from what I've heard, I've not.
The
been to
separation of
yet.
the DR is pretty amazing too, because it is those that either like have everything or have like never even heard of currency.
Yeah.
Like it is like that is the level of difference in the DR. So if you go there with the right people, it's an amazing country. If you go there and you're not with the right people, you're kind of like, wow. I think I saw one of those like really sad 2:00 in the morning commercials about this country. This is amazing.
But you know, the good thing I really dug about Nicaragua is like Esteli is not very touristy. So it's about a 3-hour drive from the airport and from where all the tourists hang out and stuff.
Well, and to be honest, because if you're not in the cigar industry, you've probably never even heard
No,
of Esteli.
no. And so when you go up there, it's all locals, and I felt like they genuinely kind of liked Americans versus like the resort locals that have to like Americans because you're on the resort and they're getting paid
Which
to
makes
like
it even
you.
fucking worse.
Yeah, it does make it worse. So, but I felt like I felt like if my life falls to shit, Central America, here I come. So,
I've always dug it down there. I have.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Like, fuck.
however, everybody tells me I'm going to get killed if I take a motorcycle from here to Nicaragua, that I'm going to die in Mexico, which I don't believe.
Yeah. You know, the more we
hey,
talk
look,
about
I keep
that,
saying it, man. But if you take the trip, can I have that AR-9 mil?
the more we talk about that, the more people that I get contacted by that are like, "Are you out of your fucking
Yeah, don't
mind?"
fucking do this.
Yeah, Like,
It's a fucking
my
horrible
sister's
idea.
got a friend of hers. Their dad's a border patrol dude.
Yeah.
And in conversation, I guess it came up, and he literally asked my sister for my phone number, and it was like, she's like, you don't need to call him. He's probably not gonna do it like soon, you know.
Yeah.
But
Well, considering that, like, we now have NSA friends that are like, this is a
Yeah.
horrible fucking
Yeah.
idea. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't just
well,
like,
it's funny. Like Madison was getting like kind of upset, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like you're not doing this. And I'm like, you know, just kind of playing into it. And then, you know, I kind of like broke it down for her. And I was like, if Scott and I wanted to do this, like actually seriously, legit, we're like, yes, it's fucking happening.
Yeah.
We'd be talking about how our trip went right now.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I told her. And I'm
Look,
like,
here's my deal though.
And I
Is
100% believe.
if you guys do any more of the whiskey-induced decision-making that you guys are prone to do from time to time,
So,
we'll get to the border sober up and be
Yeah.
like,
all I
No,
ask,
I legit
all
think
I
we can
ask
make it.
is that you record it like on your iPhones, so it's saved to the cloud. So when you fucking don't make it, I can then take all of that footage and do a documentary about it, so I can break into the film world based on the. based on the antics of my friends. And
This
so at the
film
end of
was
it, I can just,
dedicated to
right, I
Scott
can just
and
be
John.
like, this is based on the true story. Some of it had to be edited to get the R rating. Like it,
like you know, like I don't know, like I could turn it around from being I'm going to become a victim to, hey, I can help you guys deposit some lead. Like you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
I
just go straight
I have
Merc.
a,
Just
I have a
never see
skill
you
set
again.
that you guys
I-
might be, might be useful.
I got skill sets. I can teach. I can be an asset here. Like
That's kind of how I feel like with
How
you
come
know
he was
this.
firing a 204? Let me or a 203.
A
there you go.
240.
There you go, buddy.
I got mixed up. Somehow I wanted to say 240. Remembered that he was the 240 gunner. Remembered that you were the 203 gunner, and ended up with 204 somewhere in the middle.
Well, then there's an M24 you can throw in there too to really
Yeah.
match
It's been a
those
long
numbers.
day.
To touch back on the if I had to get out of the country, where would I go?
Well, hold on. We got to figure out the
Yeah,
reason
so
that you're fucking leaving.
John's
Yeah.
scenario.
Why would
let's
John
see.
have to leave the country?
Why would John have to leave the country? Let's see.
There's a lot.
I don't want to throw him too far into the bus here, but
Yeah, I don't know you as well as fucking Scott does, and I'm pretty sure I could come up with 2 or 3 reasons that people would go.
I could see that happening. I could see that happening.
John got in trouble for importing drugs to crazy chicks. And
they were supposed to be like anti-crazy drugs.
yeah, but they amplified
Wait a
it.
minute. Are you telling us a story or is this a hypothetical?
This is kind of a hypothetical.
It's kind of. It's just.
But yeah, so then he's on the radar because certain chicks tried to kill other certain chicks, and it was just a bad thing. And
Somewhere there was a midget. It was ridiculous.
yeah,
Oh,
There's always a midget.
a midget with guns and knives.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. What can you do?
Yeah.
I
Nothing.
don't know. What else would you get? What else
She's gonna
would you have
take
to
your
leave the
kneecaps
country
out
for?
before
What
you
else
ever
would I
get
have to
in a
leave the
fight.
country
Because I
for?
think anybody that you would really want to kill at this point in your life, I probably in my scenario already did it.
Yeah, that's a true story.
So
I totally think that if
that's a
if
true
you finally
hypothetical story.
if you snap to, if you snap to the point where you were like, that's it, I'm fucking finally pulling trigger.
Oh, no,
I think it would just be a list, and it
You know,
would
but-
just be
but
like
the difference is that I'd be a spotter.
You're right. That's what
I think if that switch ever got flipped in my brain, I would be stabbing people because there would be that much hate built up.
yeah.
I wouldn't even want to.
I'm not gonna lie. I think if John had to escape the country, I think it would have probably started with, "Fuck you, I could totally do that," and then it would just devolve down into.
Fucking hold my beer.
Oh yeah, I think it would devolve down into like, okay, I have no idea how I was able to lodge that hamster in their chest, but I'm pretty sure I have to leave now. Like,
Yeah. I think it'd be either that or I think it would be something along the lines of Scott and I tried to ride our motorcycles down to Nicaragua, and we got across the border into a little border town,
And we couldn't
and started
flee north.
a fucking cartel war.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
I'll buy that for $1 too.
you know?
So if you had to leave, if you had to make yourself scarce, where would it be?
well, to stay in lines with the cartel war aspect of it, I'd probably end up in some sort of a high trafficking country, and probably live a happy 3 to 5 years. Working.
I think you could do pretty well in El Salvador until like
I would do great until
one of
the
the
point
two decided that.
where somebody decides they want to be where I am at, and
Right.
then they'd suicide me, and
Yeah.
we'd move on.
I left the door open because you lived in Europe for a while, so I thought.
Yeah, I
that,
totally thought you were going to Europe.
No,
Yeah, you're right.
I've already been there.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not
a
that
good
fun.
point.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Europe's amazing, but I just I don't know. There's just something about like the lack of freedom that people have.
Yeah,
And- and
I
It
can see
is
No, but it's like
restrictive
visible.
over there.
that. You know,
Yeah.
you've been to Sweden, right? That's
No.
a pretty free country, no? Oh, no.
Sweden's free as fuck.
Yeah, that might be another one on the list.
But no, it's
Crappy
really
furniture,
weird.
though.
Like, I mean,
They got a really cool pocket.
the things that Europeans bitch about isn't the same stuff that like happens in the States.
No, it's
You know,
totally
people in the States, like, they bitch about taxes, right? The Europeans, they literally get taxed half of their fucking paycheck.
Or
And
more.
then pay a 27% tax on everything they buy.
Yeah.
And they're okay with it. They're like, oh, yeah, it helps fund the economy in the country.
You
Like,
can
look-
throw the tea in the harbor. You can throw the tea in the harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what does it help?
other
Your
thing
country
is,
looks
though-
like a shithole.
The other thing is, though, is-
people piss in your streets.
These are
Yeah, they do. In
these
ours,
are one
too,
of the
though.
few. Those are a lot of those countries though that you can go and be like, I think I'm gonna go on a 3-month holiday, and work just like, all right, we'll see you when you get back, and you're just like,
Right.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine what would happen to any of us if we took 3 months off? Just
That's called quitting.
right. So, like,
Like, I'm going to
Yeah.
quit my job.
yeah, you don't work here anymore.
Or a National Guard deployment.
Or Air Force.
Yeah, or Air Force.
There you go. There you go. So you'd be down in Central America with Scott. huh?
South Central America.
We would have to be in different countries
I
just to
think
help
you'd-
each other with the
I
flow of
seriously,
whatever.
I
Yeah.
seriously think John could do really well in El Salvador. Having been there,
I've
I think
never
you'd do
been
just fine.
I think it'd be fun.
Was El Salvador south of Nicaragua?
Yes.
Yeah.
By like 3 countries, right?
Yeah. But it's like literally the funnel for everything that gets like kind of
would've-
made in South America,
yeah.
and then it goes through El Salvador. It's also the birthplace of Barrio 18 and MS-13 is El Salvador, specifically San Salvador.
I
And
kind of
then
want to
they're
be
the ones that control it all the way
like
up.
the Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica region. Kind of like that.
Well, but Costa
bridge.
Rica's just fucking awesome, though.
Yeah, but it's like that bridge between South America and Central America.
Gotcha.
You know, it
So,
all
like,
comes to a
southern,
choke point. It has
Southern
to go
Central
through those
America.
countries.
Yeah.
I'll
All right.
just start an import-export
Pretty country
business
too.
down there.
Yeah. It's pretty country down there. You can do really well with American cigarettes down there, actually.
Yeah.
So what the hell would Jazz have done to get kicked out of this lovely country.
Oh, geez, what did Jazz do?
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in
I
hearing
think
this,
it
boys.
starts at a bar fight in a gay bar.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where it goes from there though.
I like how you just needed to work a gay joke in.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I think so. If Jazz had to leave the country,
What would I have done? Yeah.
I think.
Oh shit, they're after us already.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
this podcast isn't even live yet.
I think what Jazz would have done is Jazz created a new role playing game.
That was real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it started to spread to the point where people were fucking just murderers.
And it was like this. It spread like the alien shit. Everybody's going to invade Area 51. Like he started this game, and then it took off on its own, and then all of a sudden he's.
So you're saying I have to escape the country because I built a murderous cult?
Yes.
Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
pretty much.
Jesus Christ.
you
But I
built-
started it innocuously. It was
As
just
a joke.
It was like a real live RPG.
Yeah,
and
it
then
was as a
okay.
joke, and then
All
it just grew wings of its own, and then
Yeah, so he was being hunted by.
I appreciate the faith you guys have in me.
He was
That's
being
fucking
hunted by
amazing.
the own players, and then he was also being hunted by the government. So he had to
Nice.
jump ship.
Nice.
but the government was also a player.
Yeah, they were
so-
were
yeah.
playing
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That's why they were hunting him. Except they had better resources.
part of the
Got to
game.
take out the game master. From now on, I want that to be my,
So
I want
where-
that to be my fucking call sign.
So where did you go?
Jazz the Game Master, Broom.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
I did find out where Uruguay was.
It's not a bad location
No.
if you look
See,
at it. Yeah.
now, if we time this right, and all three of us
Dude,
get
I
out
could
at
be,
the
I could be
same
source
time,
man. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Through me to him,
Yeah.
we're fucking good to go.
So mine is actually, I had two locations I'd go to. One I haven't been to, one I have been to.
Okay.
And that's why the have been to is pretty high on the list because it was quite fucking awesome. So the one I have been to that I would probably go to would probably be Zambia, which is southern Africa. So you have South Africa, Zimbabwe, and then above Zimbabwe on the other side of the river is Zambia.
Right.
It's pretty cool. It is also one of those places that's kind of hellaciously free. Like they have infrastructure and roads and like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But they just got through a coup like 25 years ago. Like they're still like the whole country like still remembers like Zambian independence and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of kind of people out there doing their own thing and figuring it out. But if you have outside resources where you can bring things in, it's a landlocked country. So if you can coordinate things to bring things into that country, especially if it's from the Western world, you can fucking live like a king over there for like no money too. So, and it's just a beautiful area. It's right in that part of Africa where like it rains, it's still
beautiful.
green,
It's
like
just
it's
covered
it's,
in diamonds and AIDS.
yeah, it's yeah, pretty much. I mean, like it's
Of the
stunning.
world.
But there's a lot of like there's a lot of British expats and stuff like that live there and stuff like that. So, but nobody checks shit, man. Like
Yeah.
when I went in there, they were like $20. I handed them $20. I think they stamped my passport and let me in the country. Like,
Right.
it was one of those kind of
It was
places
like the first time I went to Nicaragua, they were going through customs like $20, and I'm like, for what?
to come in.
They're like, to come
Yeah.
into the country. I'm like,
Oh, I left it. I left one out, man.
So, but the other country I would go to would be, but I've never been there. I've just heard that it's fucking stunning. Is Uruguay. So Uruguay is it's in South America. It's on
Yep.
the coast, and it's one of those thin countries that just kind of runs along the ocean. And the beaches are all supposed to be white sand. Like the rum is supposed to be
I was gonna
absolutely
say,
phenomenal.
I could get down in the Bahamas
yeah,
too.
there's
Yeah.
a super. There's
I
like
could
a
totally like go to the Caribbean and be a pirate.
yeah, but there's a great cigar culture there and stuff like that, and the food's supposed to be phenomenal. But apparently, you can live in Uruguay for like $4 a day.
Nice.
And that's like eating like fucking steak and lobster and smoking cigars and drinking rum and shit like
Perfect.
all day and shit like that. And it's supposed to be fucking stunning.
I don't know why we're here.
Yeah, right. The more I talk about this, the more I'm like, we can do this podcast from Uruguay,
much-
can't we? Like,
How
fucking
much
hell.
does a container ship cost?
Well, to ship a tank from a certain country.
No, the whole ship.
No, he wants
Oh,
to. He wants like
shit.
all the whole boat.
Oh, I don't know.
So we're all talking about going to these countries to like, kind of hide and maybe get something going at the same time. What if we all fucking, I don't know, get extradited out of the United States at the same time, and we get a container ship and we go to the fucking straits off the coast of the off the coast of Africa?
You want to
Up
go be a
by-
pirate?
No, I want to go fucking hunt pirates.
Oh yeah, I'd get down on that.
You want to be a pirate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I want to go like troll.
Wait a minute.
In a-
What are they called? What are the pirates that go legit? They get the
I'm
like when
thinking like Robin Hood.
oh
but-
privateer. No, you can become a privateer, which is essentially when countries hire you to
Pirate
go
tier?
be a pirate. You're called a privateer.
Done.
Yeah.
No, I want to go get like a container ship
Like-
and drive. Fucking.
I think it was Queen. It wasn't Queen Elizabeth. It was Queen Mary.
Your fucking internet connection just stopped.
Right.
there
I
for a
just stalled
second.
out for a
Sorry
minute.
about that.
I think it was Queen Mary or whatever that was known as the Pirate Queen, and the reason being is that during like all the naval warfare that was going on with like the expansion of France and all that shit,
Nice.
she like because they had all those holdings in the Caribbean, they just fucking hired all the pirates to go to go fight everybody, and they were like, the fucking pirates are keeping the empire alive, and it was like because it was
yeah.
like you have to give us 10% of all of your booty, and other than that, fucking keep it all. So but because they weren't like naval vessels, they
Yeah.
also didn't have to follow the naval rules of
Right.
war. They were just fucking pirates that were
Nice.
allowed to do it.
I just want to get a container ship and just wait for some like Somali pirates to come try to take the ship.
It doesn't have to be Somali, just pirates.
Just pirates.
I'll
just,
shoot any
just
pirate.
somebody in a little fucking boat next to my big boat, and we have a whole bunch of guns on it. Like, I think
could
that would
dig
be
that.
really
you
fun.
you open up a container and you got like a 105.
Yeah, like on the
They're ready to
outside,
go.
it looks like a
Yeah.
All
rundown
I'm hearing-
container ship.
It's
On
like
the inside, it's like a
all
cruise
I'm
ship.
It's like an
hearing is that-
AC 130, but it's a ship.
What-
You just open the ports and you get actual.
John-
You just got to make left turns the
Yeah.
whole time.
So your vote is that the Freedom Friends should leave and go start the ocean-going
Anti-piracy.
A-team?
nice.
Yeah, between. Oh
Like,
no!
it's-
But just hear
Think
me
about
out
what he just
because it
described.
works.
Yeah, I'm down
What would
with
you
this.
call
Hear
that?
me out because it works. We have
This-
PSYOP.
This is A-team on
right?
a boat.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't come near the boat. Don't. I'm telling you, don't come near the boat.
Right.
We have a whole bunch of gold on the boat. Don't
Right.
come near it.
This boat is
Right?
way too valuable for you to fuck
We got
with.
a sniper and 2 machine gunners.
But I
we're
shit.
fucking
I
good.
would fucking go.
totally be trying to kill somebody with my cannon, my personal cannon.
Oh, we all have a cannon.
No, but
I think all of us get a cannon.
yeah, I would spend my whole time trying to get the kill
But
with
now,
my
cannon.
cannon.
if we all have
And
cannons,
not like a modern cannon
no, it's a
either.
golf
like
ball
a
cannon.
fucking,
no, you're just smoking dudes with golf balls.
Yeah.
fucking great.
Yeah, my golf
I just
ball
imagine
cannon.
Scott behind a tiny cannon just going,
Every
"Forward!"
time-
All of us get cannons, right? But we have to make the cannon look like the fucking semi trucks in Iraq. With all the fucking lights and all the
a jingle cannon.
He has a jingle cannon.
I'm in. I'm
gonna-
fucking in. I revised my plan.
I am going to answer for Mikey since he's not here. I can't remember where he was, but he would go back for a third banana. I am pretty confident.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
in
but I don't think that
Okinawa.
has anything.
Okinawa.
That was in
Yeah.
Okinawa.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Japan does have extradition laws.
Well, whatever. I think that's where Mikey would go. Back to Okinawa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but what did Mikey get kicked out for?
Oh, jeez.
For telling his stories about Okinawa.
Yeah, they literally the government listened to the Freedom Friends podcast.
Right,
and
it was just like, you
thi-
have to go.
This Mike Fahey guy, we need to go find him.
Yeah, you have
Where
to go.
is the talent?
AKA the talent.
Is it just me or with his nickname does it sound like we turned him into a mobster? Oh, that's Mikey the Talent Fahey. I wouldn't fuck with him too much. What's he got a talent in? Things you don't want to know about.
You really don't.
Things nobody knows about.
All right, well, now that if we ever did commit some sort of
You know what?
felony that we had to escape and we've told the world what our plan actually would be.
Well, the good thing is we have multiple plans.
That's true. We have fallbacks on fallbacks.
yeah.
I'm going to have to clear
Or
something
it's all a
up
clever
too.
ruse.
And the tertiary we haven't even talked about yet.
I'm going to have to clear something up too because I know a lot of people were going to listen to this episode thinking it was the episode that's not going to air because of some weird
Oh yeah, you guys
Facebook
have some weird
activity.
Facebook
Yeah,
posts.
yeah.
Don't
So-
Wait, I had-
don't
we're
trust anything you read on Facebook.
Yeah. That was a drunken one of these that went very poorly that will never see the light of day.
Yeah.
Actually,
We
it went
apologize for
phenomenal.
that.
But it went so well
Yeah, that we have to back
that
up.
we can't air
Yeah.
it.
So we apologize if you thought there was something really funny coming on this one.
We'll make it up to you later.
We'll make it up to you
Yes.
later.
but yeah,
Yes.
that one
Yeah.
It,
because we are the Freedom Friends, we're not going to allow our friends to
we
go
didn't-
out like that. Like that's
We didn't want
Yeah.
to turn into freedom enemies.
yeah. So, well, boys, I would like to say thank you for being my Freedom Friends.
Thank you. And I hope to see you on a ship in the Straits in some Middle Eastern countries.
The Ocean A team.
Straits
I like
of-
it. The O team, if you will.
The O team.
So, like, comment, subscribe.
Subscare?
Let's roll that back a minute.
I'm gonna subscare
Let's go
the
with-
fucking shit out of this.
Fucking my RPG game just rebooted.
He's the best 204 gunner.
Yeah, see, fucking fucked up tonight, man. I'm all over the fucking place. Jesus, why do y'all let me on this show? Let's try this again. Like, comment, subscribe, and smash all the buttons.
All the buttons.
All the buttons. And yeah, come back and join us next time.
Yeah.
So we would like to encourage you to smoke on, drink on, and
freedom
freedom the
the
fuck
fuck
on.
on.
And we'll see you next time. Let's go finish these drinks.
Salud.